Behind me, I have the Tesla Cybertruck. I also have the gas GMC Sierra 1500. And in today's video, I'm gonna answer the question for every truck driver out there. Is it really worth it to keep driving these gas trucks like the GMC Sierra, which is one of the most purchased full-size trucks in America, or is it time we all switch to the Cybertruck? So let's jump right in. And the first thing I want to talk about is the price of this GMC Sierra 1500. So this is the Elevation series. It is a four-wheel drive. It is black on black and it has the tow package. It has a few other features as well. This vehicle, before any discounts or specials, is listed just over $60,000. And then in this corner, we have the Tesla Cybertruck Premium. This is also an all-wheel drive vehicle, and it is listed in the upper $70,000 range. And right there, we've probably determined a big swing in price. The GMC Sierra is obviously a lot less expensive than the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck is more expensive, plus you have to pay for full self-driving, plus isn't electricity really expensive? Aren't there limitations? So I want to debunk a lot of that and go over the facts of those numbers so you can make an educated decision for yourself. And that, I think we should start with one of the most incredible numbers I did some math on. So let's just say you drove both of these vehicles for 60,000 miles. And that's assuming you're driving the typical 12,000 miles a year. Basing those numbers on a simple $5 per gallon, you might want to buckle your seatbelt for this because it's really crazy to think about this. But doing that math, you're spending over $16,000 on gas alone for 60,000 miles. In a gas engine like this. That number shocked the crap out of me. So now let's do some of the same math on the Cybertruck, assuming that you're gonna be charging your Cybertruck at home and you just have a home charger. I live here in Florida, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the cost for me. And that's about 15 cents per kilowatt per hour. Assuming the same 60,000 miles I'm gonna drive on this truck, the cost to keep the electricity in this truck to keep my vehicle on the road for 60,000 miles is just $3,500. So if I didn't go any further into any details at all, if we just took the price of the Cybertruck versus the price of this GMC Sierra, and we just subtracted the amount of money that we are gonna be spending on gas alone or electricity, we're almost break even. But that's not all it takes to keep a vehicle on the road. But there is another thing, scheduled maintenance. And I'm not talking about the little hiccups that happen with buying a car when you run into a pothole and you gotta replace a tire or a rim. I'm not talking about anything that's under a warranty. I'm talking about the scheduled maintenance that you are assuming responsibility for the second that you purchase any vehicle on the road. Any gas vehicle is going to require oil changes, tire rotations, filters, brake pads. But electric vehicles don't require any of that because they don't have a gas engine. However, there still are some things that you're going to be required to maintain, such as the big old windshield wiper, the tires, the brakes, and some smaller things, but far less than we need to take care of on our gas trucks. And I just did some simple math on just some simple scheduled maintenance using averages. And the average amount of money you're going to be spending to keep this vehicle on the road just by doing scheduled maintenance, no other surprises, is going to be over $4,000 over the span of 60,000 miles. Where the Cybertruck costs less than $900 to keep the vehicle on the road for 60,000 miles. But here's the other thing that I thought was crazy, because that's just buying the vehicle, keeping it on the road with gas or electricity, keeping it on the road with maintenance. But we also have these little hidden costs that a lot of people don't think about until they actually own the vehicle. And that is tire replacements, your insurance to keep the vehicle on the road, registration, and then subscriptions. First, let's talk about tires, because tires are a little unpredictable. Yes, you are gonna have to replace them at some point within the 60,000 mile range, typically, unless you hit a pothole and all of those other potential things. But the tires on a Tesla Cybertruck are much larger and much more robust than the average tire that you're gonna find on a GMC Sierra. So replacing all four of these tires is probably gonna cost you a couple $100 more than it is going to cost you to replace it on the GMC Sierra. And if you're wondering why, well, other than the size, the vehicle weighs a lot more and it does have much more torque. meaning it can wear these tires out a little bit faster than you're gonna find on the GMC Sierra. But with that, you get a much more exciting experience. This is a much faster vehicle. This thing goes 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds. That's over 2 seconds faster than the GMC Sierra. It also has regenerative braking and steer-by-wire, meaning the driving experience of this vehicle is no comparison to any truck I've ever driven in my life. And if you didn't know, my name's David Moss Jr. I was in the car business for 20 years. I left the auto industry about 3 years ago to start making content, and now I get the opportunity to review, experience, and share my experiences playing with cars like this. And the difference is, I'm not just a car enthusiast, I actually lived inside the automotive industry for 20 years. And throughout my entire lifetime, I almost always drove a truck. And when the Cybertruck first came out, I was like, this is the ugliest freaking thing I've ever seen on the road. How is this a real vehicle? And I hated it for years. But now I've had the opportunity to actually drive one for over a week. And let me tell you, it's changing everything. But that doesn't mean I don't think there's a place in this world for a gas truck like this and other vehicles. These serve a purpose. But the point of a video like this and videos I'm gonna be making in the future is just to educate you on what your options are. Because we talked about a lot of the bigger numbers, and we even talked about the tires, but what about insurance? One of the things I realized, and I've been a safe driver, I've never had any accidents in my entire life. I've actually never had an insurance claim for anything automotive related. And my insurance on this truck is about $180 a month. And I was kind of shocked when I was shopping around insurance for my Tesla, thinking, okay, it's got incredible safety ratings. It's an incredibly safe vehicle. Surely the premium should be a little bit less. But every quote I got was over $200 a month. And I'm currently paying $210 per month. But here's where things change yet again. Because this has supervised full self-driving, it's able to supervise how I drive. And it gives me a safety rating. And because I opted to go with the Tesla insurance, that premium can actually lower. I've heard of people who use full self-driving and have a very high safety rating of having premiums under $100 per month with their Tesla. That's not even an option with any of the insurance companies I have on my GMC. And when it comes to the registration fees, it's about the exact same as any vehicle. But what about the other hidden costs? I'm talking about subscriptions. Because to enjoy the full self-driving experience of Tesla, which is truly the biggest game changer that Tesla has to offer, it's currently costing $99 a month, which seems like a lot until you compare the GMC. Because with the GMC, they're currently offering OnStar and Wi-Fi, and those combined cost about $60 per month. And you really don't get a ton of value out of those, so I don't opt for either of them. But that limits everything I have access to in my truck. Like, I have basically 0 features on that screen. And unless I have my phone on me streaming the music or plugged in, I just have basic radio, which is fine for most. But when you compare that to the Tesla ecosystem, where I now have a truck that will drive me from my driveway without touching the steering wheel, gas, or brake to any destination I program. It'll even find me superchargers along the way so I can take this thing on long road trips. Because I think that's also one of the things a lot of people have misunderstood, me included, is that you can absolutely take a Cybertruck or any Tesla on a road trip across the country. It'll program and plan every stop it needs to make to keep your battery charged. And now with Tesla's supercharging ecosystem and all of the new ecosystems of electric chargers popping up around the country, it is so much easier and they're so much more accessible. But with that, I'm paying $99 a month for full self-driving. I'm also opting to pay the $9 a month to have premium connectivity, because this doesn't just have Wi-Fi. It has Wi-Fi. It also has a 5G antenna in there that they haven't really accessed yet, but that's just it. When I bought this GMC Sierra, when I pulled off the lot, that's what I had. Everything that I had, all the technology, all the hardware, all the software was exactly what it was when I purchased this. But since buying a Tesla just over a month ago, I've received 3 over-the-air updates that have changed the entire driving experience of my car. It's insane. You get a new vehicle all the time, which is wild because that's not something any of us who've only ever bought vehicles like this have ever experienced. Imagine waking up and walking out to your car and having all these new updates that make the driving experience more fun. Imagine waking up and all of a sudden it's saying, hey, congrats, you no longer have to supervise your full self-drive. The car will drive for you, so enjoy a nap on Tesla. Because that's what's coming. And to so many, that's crazy. To me, it was crazy, but it's literally coming. So those are the hidden costs. And let's really break it down. The Sierra is less expensive off the lot, and the Cybertruck's more expensive off the lot. Over the span of 60,000 miles, you're gonna spend over $16,000 on gas just to keep this vehicle driving. And in that same span of 60,000 miles, you're gonna spend about $3,000 on electricity to keep this driving the same distance. Maintenance is gonna cost you over $4,000 for that same 60,000 miles, and it's gonna cost you under $1,000 for this. So what's truly the better deal? Now, in reality, that's not something I'm gonna decide for you, and it's not up to me to decide. It's up to you to decide. What's a better option for you? Is it better to go with a gas truck? Is it better to go with an electric truck? Are you still down the middle? Do you still have questions? Are you still wondering, is it really worth it? Is Tesla a safe car? Is Tesla a reliable car? What does the future look like for Tesla? And the craziest thing is, this is their very first truck. Who freaking knows? Whereas GMC's been around for a very long time, and though I love this truck and I bought this truck and I bought it for many reasons, it's kind of boring and it still costs a lot of money. And here we are in 2026. We have cars that will actually drive us from point A to point B without ever touching the steering wheel. And they do it safely with a 5-star crash test rating. And if we're gonna spend similar money, shouldn't we have similar tech? So maybe this video isn't so much which truck is better for you, but it's when are we gonna have the tech that we deserve for the money that we're spending? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I can tell you that as somebody who hated Tesla for a very long time and loved my beautiful gas trucks for the past 20 years, I don't know. I just don't know. Hey, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you got any value out of this, feel free to like it, subscribe, share this with a friend. If you have any questions or comments or anything, pop them down in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, my friends, and God bless.